Alright, good morning. Welcome back for some more Tomb Raider 3 prototypes. Might as well just load state immediately. Right. So, Malibu. As far as I could tell looking at the level file, this should be pretty damn close to final. And it's lagging again for some reason. We're missing the bat trigger, and I think this is immediately accessible. So we could go immediately. Why are you lagging like that? Perhaps I need to... Because I've got the two TR views running in the background, most likely. And somehow, something I did fucked up the animations again, and I cannot pick up things. So I'm probably just going to have to reload this. That's the wrong save. Okay, that's working. But it keeps lagging. I don't want to quit and restart. Oh, hello. But you work. Didn't work last time. Last time they couldn't, last prototype they could not actually poison. Looks like they're... Oh, now they do attack. At some distance they just do poison, you go a bit closer, they start doing melee attacks. They don't do a lot of damage though. Okay, why is this so slow? Graphics, can I... What if I do this? To see if I can make the game go a bit faster. It's just the resolution that might help. But it was on ×3, I put it to ×2, we'll see if that goes better. Might just be my computer has trouble running everything at the same time. Does that work this time? This time it works. It is still slowing down. Can I do anything about TR view making me lag? Probably not. Because the problem is if I shut down all my TR views, going to have a problem with OBS not being able to... I will have to manually reselect them every time. That's going to be annoying. Bit suboptimal here. So yeah, we have access immediately to the boat in this one. In final, you need to press a button to open a trapdoor here. Let's see if the boat actually works. Which was not the case in the last version. The animations work, but that was all. Okay, it seems to be working. We doesn't look like we have the animation for... we don't have the splashes when we fall. And we don't have the animation for just putting the paddle on one side for turning without actually moving. No music. Missed the crystal. Yeah, otherwise it seems to be mostly working. Paddling forward is not giving me a lot of movement. Okay, there it goes a bit more. The cables are also the old styles. The ropes that trigger things. Oh, yeah, there it is. Walk and a direction. It's working. This is different. In Final, we have a blade trap here and not a arrow trap. Probably because the problem with the arrow trap is it's going to poison you. Also, this should be disabled by going through the ropes. Doesn't look like it worked. Doesn't look like I'm taking full damage either. I'm not sure what that rope is supposed to change. But, if I hit the wall, that's going to slow me down a whole lot. Okay. Are we through? Am I stuck? Might be stuck. Can I get out of the... I can get out when I'm stopped. So that's most likely a soft lock. Yeah, because I can't get back out. But yeah, there's a lot of triangular slopes here. And I'm pretty sure they removed most of that in Final. Because most likely it would make the boat panic a bit. We are here. And if I look down, yeah, they completely removed all the triangle slopes on the sides here, as you can see. They did something similar with the quad bike. Random trigger outside of the map, by the way. To be fair, they do that quite a bit in Final. There's a lot of trigger just... Someone did a drag and drop for the entire square here. But yeah, they did something similar with the quad bike in the River Ganges, where the current prototype has a lot of triangle slopes on the side in one of the corridors, and yeah, the quad doesn't quite like that if you go to the top of the slope, and I assume there's similar concern here with the boat, so they just put that back into squares, and to hell with the fact that it doesn't look quite as good. Rest seems to be mostly identical. Anyway. Oh, I have control here. Interestingly. I think it's just a bit too not deep enough that I can actually stay here. Okay, well, we have a skip. They might have made this deeper in Final to prevent that. Because, yeah, this is not very deep. And in Final... it's not very deep either. They did remove that little... No, they did not. Ish? Like here, for example. Looks like you should be able to do what I just did, but I'm pretty sure you can't do that in Final. Current might be too strong. They might have increased the current. I'm not sure that works. But this square here... I'm not sure. The geometry seems to be the same. So I'm a bit surprised that I can actually do it. Because I'm pretty sure you can't in Final. So yeah, this is just probably going to kill me. Change save slot. Save. If I go here. No, okay. They had not implemented the death triggers yet. So I can just walk around. Also, no slope for some reason. Or did I just completely... Oh, there we go. That was weird. That makes things easier to test for sure. Camera... Forced camera, but there's no triggers for any of the ropes here. I will reload and play the level properly, but let's just explore a bit for now. You still have the problem that this room inside is bigger than on the outside. You can see it a bit here on the side. Also a problem that this is a ladder, and good luck figuring that out. But yeah, seems to be working as expected. The problem we'll have here is I can't finish because I don't have access to the boat. This is different. This room here is different. We are... Yeah, we are here. We are in this room here at the bottom. The final looks like this. Yeah, they didn't put this... they didn't... Camera target as well. There's an animating here, which corresponds to the animating here. So that's just a placeholder with a bunch of leaves. Bunch of algae. And clearly this was going to go up here, but the bottom of the room is different. In final, you've got those columns on the side, which we do not have here. It's clearly the same room though. The switch is exactly in the same place, slightly different texture. Yeah, you can see the animating is just making the algae move instead of having the proper animation. Then you get back to here. And that should lead you back to where you dropped the boat, except we didn't drop the boat because we didn't come through here. So again, this should all kill me. It does not. Which means I might actually be able to just finish the level by going in there directly. No gators. For some reason. We'll go play the level normally after that. Oh yeah, turning around does not work. I keep forgetting that. Fire animation is the wrong one. This is the fire trap and not the fire torch. So that's a bit of a problem here. Nothing here, just as final. But we should have the end level here. Yep. So let me just reload. I am going to reload one save before that. There we go. And we're just going to play the long way around. Should be another one spawning down here. Yep. Right, I think this is a bit different because you cannot climb back up. And you cannot climb back up because in this version you do not have the button, so you don't have a reason to climb back up. If I go up here, this... where are we? Wrong side of the river, there we go. And here... Here... wrong side of the river again. Right. So same area, but you can see this block. Well, that teleported me away. Where was I? This block here has been lowered in order to be able to jump from here to here, which is a slope in this version. So it didn't change much, it just changed this square exactly. In order to accommodate for... So this does... Oh, okay. This kills me. Didn't earlier. There's no specific animation for it yet. So it might be something that triggers the fact that this square becomes a death trap. And I skipped a bunch of triggers, possibly, earlier. Go up here. So we can still go over here, even though you have no reason to. Geometry is slightly different, I'm pretty sure. And you can still access this platform for no particular reason, but this is where the button is in Final. They raise this a bit and they make this a proper square instead of a triangle, so it's less treacherous. But that's where it's supposed to be. It's interesting that most of those platforms already exist, even though they go nowhere and have no purpose. Some of the platforms are death triggers, some are not. I'm not quite sure that works, and I'm not quite sure if you can see that in TR view. Am I soft locked? No, I should not. Surely I should be able to grab this. Yeah. Maybe they were expecting to put like a regular secret over there instead of a button. Just an item to grab. Okay, so if you want to continue on foot, should be able to shimmy across here. And in Final, this square with the little triangle platform here is actually a safe square, which is a remnant of the fact that there's a triangle platform here. They removed the triangle platform, but this square remains safe in regular release like the 1998 release. This is something they fixed in remaster. They made this square deadly instead. If I go here, yeah, the triggers are not working anyway. And this kills me. They haven't put triggers everywhere yet. But yeah, if you look at Final, they removed that little triangle platform here. That we have here. But it is still a safe square. Which is an oversight that they haven't... that they only fixed in remaster. The speedrun just does the jump from here to here. In all secrets. Because you take the other one, take the other boat in 80%. Okay, where do we go from here? We're missing a button here. Nope, get back here. Yeah, there's stuff with a trapdoor and a button. What does the button do? Why do we need that button in final? It's not what I wanted to do. Items. Or do I? No, I need to click on the trigger. Just reopens its trapdoor so you can... Okay, so this area is completely optional. You can fall from here to here to grab this sledge in order to grab the save game crystal. And then use the button to climb back up in order to continue. So this entire area here is optional in final. It's been a while. Yeah. No. You're just supposed to jump here, shimmy, and climb here. And then you just jump into the opening here. And that's the long path around. I don't think this is anything, yep. This leads to a save crystal, I believe. Or is that the regular path? Yeah, there's a save crystal. This leads to this bridge here. Which then leads to this area. Which has a save crystal. Right. You can go over there. Not without dying, but you can. And this leads to the top of the waterfalls. Right. There was a second path. Where does that go? Well, that leads to a button, doesn't it? I think. We should probably need to... Okay, we're behind here. That save crystal is to grab with the boat. That is not what I wanted to do. Just going to switch save slots. Right. Okay, this is different. I think there's actually a barrier here. So what did you give me? Because there's a barrier on the bottom here in final. Let me tell you that for you real quick. We are in this area. So the save crystal is behind here. And yeah, you have this. What did you turn? There we go. This opening here. Over here. And in final, save crystal is still here. But this is blocked. And you've got a button which opens... Oh, there's a door here. Alright. So you have to go down there in order to press this button and then climb back up through all the fucking ladders here in order to access the top of the waterfalls here. It also triggers piranhas. There's piranhas... I don't know where. It apparently triggers piranhas when you come back here. Anyway, so that does not exist yet. But then what was this for? That's standable. Should be able to climb back up. Might have been a secret here, maybe? Something to pick up, which does not exist yet. Because I don't... You can't go down here, but then you're soft-locked. It doesn't look like you can go across. So yeah, I assume maybe there was a pickup here. They removed the fact that this square is standable, I think. And made it a slope in final. Possibly. Where are we? No, it's... that standable block still exists. It's just blocked up here, but that standable block still exists. And on the other hand, this does not exist in the version we're playing. There's a little bit of water here, which we don't have here in final. I wonder if sometime between the version I'm playing and final, they were planning to put a secret here. So they would have modeled this and figured out, okay, this is actually soft lockable because you can go here and people are going to try to get the safe crystal and fall in the water. This is confusing. Just block off this area. I think something like that happened. Again, just guessing. Oof, okay, good game. Anyway. Guess we just die here. Oof. Apparently I catch fire for some reason. Okay, I think we just reload the previous save then. There we go, back up here. So, in final you have a gate here. Slagging again. don't think I can jump across here. We're supposed to go under the waterfall here, I think. Is that a slope? No, it's not. Right, this monkey bar did not work properly in the previous version. I was not able to go across. Hopefully that's fixed. Looks like it is. Let's give me this room, which just killed me. Time to jump. If you fall down here, you can get out here. Oh, that was weird. I fell through the water. Yeah, I'm fall through the water. That's super weird. Is it because of the slope? Where do I climb? Do I just climb here? Or am I soft locked? Most likely not. Yeah, I guess this square does not properly have water for some reason. Or it's interacting weirdly with the slope under it. Oh. I'm not dead, apparently. Oh, there we go! Slightly delayed torch. Not sure how I'm supposed to climb back up, because this is all slopes here. So if I go down here, I'm dead. How do you climb back up in final? Oh, I guess you can climb from here to here. Can you? No, you can't. That's too high up. Well, I'm looking at... Oh, in final they made slopes here. But this one is actually standable and lets you go high up enough that you can climb back on this pillar. That makes more sense. Also safe crystal, which does not exist yet. And there's a fire trap, which oh, we do have here as well. Alternate fire. Right. And the idea is if you just do a regular jump here, this is supposed to catch fire and kill you. It's not working here. But you're supposed to basically jump above and jump directly from the first column to the last one. Get back. Oh. Arrow trap? I don't think those exist in final. They removed that. Dart emitter. Oh no, they are in final. But there are textures here that actually give you a hint that they exist. I completely forgot. I very rarely go through here when playing, so... Huh. I'm just going to tank it and take a med pack. The forced camera does not make me happy. Okay, you've got water here. Can you get out of this water? This goes actually fairly deep for some reason. Or is that a soft rock? This looks like it might be a soft rock. Yeah, this is a soft rock. That camera is really annoying. Looks like maybe they wanted to put a secret here, but since there's no way out, you would have to come here with the boat, possibly. Park the boat here, go on the water to go here if there was a secret, which would work. You could do it. It's a bit convoluted, though. That area does exist in Final. Yeah, it's pretty much the same as Final in here. That is not what I wanted to do. Wrong button. Get back here. There we go. Reload. Okay, where did you go? Because there's two paths. Okay, this leads here. Which does not help anyone. Maybe they thought we could climb back up the water here, but that's actually too high up, you can't. In the previous prototype, they made you start here because the beginning of the level was very much not finished. I was able to go there by... not sure how, but managed to go back to the beginning of the level by going into areas they didn't want me to go. And yeah, it was just all untextured. Alright, so we're back here. And I think we just jump on this ladder here. Not like this. Camera angles are fucking me up. And also Lara is behaving wrongly with this wall because of this slope here, I think. There we go. Alright, so in Final you've got a secret on this slope on the right here. I don't assume this exists. Oh, it kind of does. Actually. Because that looks like a ladder. It kind of does, but it also doesn't work because she refuses to shimmy. Oh, well, that's a bit too much, isn't it? God damn it. I managed to do it the first time. Oh, well, and now I fucked it up again. There we go. Basically, you want to shimmy here into this ladder. How does that help, though? Oh, okay, you go down the ladder and then you shimmy back on the right again. Except she refuses to shimmy properly on the ladder. Which is, yeah, transitions between ladders and shimmies, even in Final, even in TR4, behave weirdly. So I'm not surprised this is not working as expected. I wonder if I can angle myself to land on the platform here. Yes, she still refuses to grab though. But yeah, that's the idea. If I tell you this, just to check how this looks. So you've got a ladder here. Oh, there is a secret trigger, actually. That's the first secret trigger I've seen in the prototypes. There's still nothing in the house, but clearly the point is you go over here and then you go inside the house. In the previous version of this prototype, you actually were supposed to go in there with the boat. There was a little ramp here. You were just stopping the boat and climbing here. And in final, what you have is, instead of this ladder, which clearly does not work, you have a trapdoor that rises when you use the slope. You have a trigger, and the secret trigger is here as well. Is there two secret triggers? That's weird. So you go on this trigger, and that lets the trapdoor open, so you shimmy here, land on the trapdoor, and that saves you the trouble of trying to get this ladder to work. And then you just do as you expect here. No. Right, so this ship should lead to the boat. There should be a switch under the water to open the door. Where's the switch? I think the switch is like here in final. Oh, it is here. It is very well hidden. And there's a slope that's breaking the... Yeah, you can't actually make this work because of the slope over it. Let me use a flare so you see what's going on a bit better. But this is broken. Switch is here, but because of the slope above it, Lara refuses to animate to get there. In final, they probably just removed that slope. Yeah, they completely cleared up the area, and the switch is on this wall instead. Also, there's two crocodiles. Yeah, clearly putting the switch here was a bad idea. Not enough room to maneuver, it's getting blocked by the slope. So it's a good thing that they changed that. There's a lot more plants on the textures here in final, all the green here that you don't have in this version. It's funny because those are exactly the same like this is clearly the same texture, they just changed the coloring of the texture. They're all placed exactly the same way. Right, so they fixed that before release, and that's a good thing. That means we cannot do this part of the level with these boats. Unless I can properly put Lara. Yeah, no, she just refuses to go here. Yeah, she just refuses to angle properly. So unless Lara can go through the door with the boat, we're stuck here. Hey Laser, what's up? Good morning, good morning. So yeah, that's a soft lock in this version. Can't get the switch. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Lara is exiting the wrong side of the boat, I just noticed. Very many little things are broken still in like 2 months before release, 1 month before release. No, I'm French. If you're wondering about the accent. Bonjour. Yeah, have to reload. Actually have to reload the level because now we're completely stuck. I'm just going to go back to the main menu, I think. Reload the level. Salut, salut. Since this has a level selector. Fast forward. No. Malibu Gorge. There we go. Fast forward the loading. Right, so we're going to do that with the other boat. and see if we can do this properly without walking on water as I was doing earlier. Since most of the death triggers on the water are actually not yet put on the map. So as far as I can tell, I'm going to try to speed up. As far as I can tell, there is no fall damage, which I'm pretty sure No Lot No Matters wish was the case in final. But yeah, there is no fall damage. Current is slower, it feels like. Current is less aggressive. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. We all played those games where we were like, well, we were 20 years younger back then. There is a lot of fun stuff, so I'm not sure this trigger actually works because we still have the poison darts. Although the poison darts are higher up. So maybe there's a row of poison darts under that this trigger disables. Like, this is here. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. What I really try to do here is figure out what they were trying to do, what didn't work. Yeah, there's dart emitter here. Like, why they had those ideas early on, why they had to change them because they didn't work or because they tried to do something else. There's a few things that they tried to do here that are pretty smart, but just doesn't work properly, and they didn't have time to fix them, and they did things differently as a result. That's really interesting to see the history. And also, a lot of things that's really interesting to figure out is in the final version of these games, sometimes you have areas that are completely empty, that lead to nowhere, that are dead ends, and you're like, why is this here? And in the prototypes, you figure out there was actually something here at some point. Like there was a pickup, or there was a switch, or there was a room that doesn't exist anymore. And you find those remnants in final, and that just connects all the dots together. And that is really fun. I absolutely love those things. So yeah, I'm not sure what this disabled. Do we have the... Yeah, it does say dart emitter here. It looks like this is supposed to be an anti-trigger. Not sure this actually works, because the dart are still working anyway. Not the first trigger that doesn't work in this. Okay, let me drop a save here. We're going to go left this time, because this is branching quite a bit. Okay, we can see some of the ladders for later here. This area is different. You've got a blade trap here in final and spikes, instead of the stalactites falling. I don't think we have the stalactites falling at all in the regular version here. Can I see them? Icicles. You don't actually see them. Oh, yes, here they are. If I remove lighting, I see them a bit. If I activate lighting, I see them a bit better because they're not lit in TR view. I don't think that trap exists in final. I don't remember. I might be wrong. Yeah, no. Wall blades instead. You've got the blade activating down here instead. So this area is different. It changed the trap here. No. Continue, please. Under this waterfall, there should be a save crystal. We'll come back here on foot, but there are platforms on the side of this waterfall in final with MP5 pickup. And I believe there's also a missing texture in final, so that's something they changed really late and didn't notice the missing texture, most likely. I think they left a little bit more room. They moved the crystal so it's not that much against the wall because the kayak keeps bouncing on the wall and I can't grab the thing. Either that or picking up the crystal does not actually work on the kayak at this point, which is also possible because I just can't grab the thing. They might have removed current here in final as well. Because I'm not sure we have the... I'm pretty sure it's not this hard to grab the crystal in the final version. Yeah, I'm just bouncing against the wall. We are here. Crystal is here. There is current. And in final, there is current as well. But yeah, look. They move the crystal a bit further forward. So you're not bumping against the wall all the time. Little changes like that you notice. That's the kind of stuff you only notice when playtesters play your level, because it looks fine when you look at the level, like there's no reason you couldn't get it, but then both physics happen, and you end up having to move the crystal. Right. So that leads you to the main room here. There's piranhas here in final, just to make sure that the player understands that this is a no stop zone. Because I kind of assume playtester would feel like, yeah, okay, that's probably the end. So let's just get out of the boat. And end up stuck at the bottom of this area. Oh, this is actually swimmable. Ish. There is a bit of current in some areas. This is very much not swimmable in final, and also piranhas just immediately kill you. So I think we climb up... No, not here. Where are we supposed to go? I mean, we can explore all the areas we can go to. There should be a room down here that leads to a door that's the end of the river, but not where we actually need to go. Ah, we have the same problem we had in the previous version of the prototype. You bounce trying to transition from the water to those waterfalls, which might actually softlock us here. Yeah, this is probably a softlock. I mean, I don't need to go this way, but the proper way is to climb over here. And if I bounce on this as well, then we're soft-locked. Yeah. Both physics are still not working as they should. Yeah, I just can't go over here. I'm going to try backwards, because I think we go a bit faster backwards, question mark. Just in case, but I'm pretty sure that's also not going to work. Probably going to bounce as well. And also not angled properly. For this. Wrong direction. That is very much not where I want to turn. Boat has really always been a struggle. The kayak is just so bad. How about this? Can we make this work? Maybe? Maybe? I hit the wall here. But that might be enough to turn Nara around. So I can try to... Yeah, no, she's still bouncing. Yeah, so we really can't do that. Oh, no. Yep, she refuses. Yeah, that's a soft lock. Okay. So what I can try to do is what I did earlier. We might still be able to explore part of this level. And for that, we will need to stop the boat where I stopped the boat last time. I might have this save, actually. Yeah, I have this save here. No, that's the wrong one. No, I erased that save. Well, fuck. I have to do this again. Keys. There we go. Fast forward this. Malibu. So let's get back to the boat. Let's see if we can reproduce where I stopped last time. Really doesn't have the same atmosphere without the... Yeah, it looks like she can't pick the crystals. Not the same atmosphere without the music. Okay, what happens if I just go through here without going through? Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that trigger just doesn't work. Alright, save this. And now we need to go this way. Please. There we go. Okay, so last time I managed to stop the boat on one of those slopes. Where was it? It was over here, I think. Yeah. We need the boat stopped. The speedrun does this in final. They do find a square where they can do that. And land the boat. Oh! I avoided! Alright, and this is why you save. Good game, good game. I'm trying to figure out where I managed to fuck that up last time. Oh, no, not here. Oh. Oh. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. We can get out of the boat. So because this is all swimmable, the boat might actually fuck me up. No, there we go. We can actually... There we go. Once we get here... I managed to do it a bit further down here as well. Let me change save slots. And you can still do that in the final version of this game. you can still stop kind of the way I did, different place. But then again, the boat physics are different. So I'm going to backtrack the way the game is supposed to work here. So we're behind the boulder. Going to use this to backtrack as much as I can, see if we can continue exploring. Right, this is completely unlit. So clearly this area was very much not finished. Boulder. No, Boulder just stopped. Okay. Boulder just decided, nah, we'll stop here. Okay. In Final, the step is bigger here, so you can crouch and the boulder goes above you. So again, that's not finished. Should be fire down here, but maybe the fire is not activated because we did not come from the right direction. Boulder. This one works. Just do something like this. Okay, now the fire lights up. Right. Get rid of this boulder. Oh, hey. Music trigger almost worked. Yeah, the idea is you are supposed to just crouch here. Let the boulder go above you. And you are supposed to come from here, which is a ladder. Is it a ladder? Or do we just fall from above and I can't continue? Texture says it should be a ladder, but wouldn't be the first time the texture is lying. Yeah, I think we can't go any further this way, unfortunately. So we won't be able to explore much more. And yeah, we've already explored the other part of this. The part this way, which leads to the pulley, which also does not exist. So yeah, this level clearly has a lot of work to go still. That's probably all we can continue exploring, to be honest. Ah, no, we can finish and then we can continue from where we're supposed to park the boat. We can actually go further and play a bit more of this. The ladder transitions just refuses to work properly in this. Might have to go back in here and do this, which we're not supposed to do, but it does work. Better than the ladder. Right, so all the depth triggers here do not work, so I can just walk in the water. That's what we established last time. So we did manage to go here last time. Can you please grab a bit higher up? I'm not sure how they managed to break the ladders like this, because they work much better in TR2. So I'm not sure how they managed to break this so bad. Break the ladders so bad in these versions. Okay, see, if I don't pull the switch, I cannot go through here, so I do need to pull the switch. Do those textures exist in Final? Yeah, they do. I just never paid attention. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, switch. Focus. So that lets us go back here. Which, by the way, is missing the underwater switch to open the door. I think we have that. Do we have that? I don't remember. Missing the fire here, but that might be because I didn't come from here and missed a bunch of triggers. Oh, okay, you can't do the puzzle again when the room is in this state. Because they actually... Is that the case in Final? They removed the monkey bars and stuff like that. And the platform. That might be the case in Final as well. But you'd never try to do that. Never try to do the entire puzzle again after you switch the flip map in this room. Right, so if I trigger flip map here... Yeah, all the roof here with the... And this column as well just disappears. And all the monkey bars on the roof. Here. Don't really see it, but it's up here. That goes all the way there. Just completely disappears. Which one does it not disappear? Where does it start again? Just doesn't start again at all. The entire thing, the entire puzzle just disappears. That's funny. Like the platforms, the little corridor here. How far does it stop when the flip map is triggered? It stops. Oh no, I was not looking at the correct area then. Yeah, here. This is where the monkey bar stops. So in Final, does it do the same thing? Where is the... Yeah, it's supposed to go this way. If I activate the flip map... Yeah, it does. It does exactly the same thing. All the monkey bars on the roof just disappears. Up until right here. Right. So that means there's not much else we can do in this level. Might as well do the level end. Unless I can actually walk my way through here and continue, which I think I can. Also, this part of the water is actually animating for some reason as water surface. This part does not. So that looks a bit weird. Right, so I can just do that and continue exploring, actually. So this is where the monkey bar stops, because of the flip map. They give you the rocket launcher here for some reason. In final. Right. So you get here. So like I said, we're missing the two platforms that are around the side of this waterfall. So I'm pretty sure you can walk your way here in final. So the geometry here is changed a little bit. We're missing a fire trap here. So the fire trap is something they added late. Lara, please. I'm trying to grab the thing. Thank you. Oh. Well, that's a problem. Monkey bar doesn't actually work. Unless I can shimmy it. How did I manage to do the shimmy last time? Okay, she doesn't want to do it. Oh, there we go. I need to move once, apparently. No. Just immediately stops. Yeah, well... This level is conspirating to prevent me from exploring any further. That's going to be it, I think. So we might as well do the level transition properly if it lets me. Not sure it will. Yeah, that's a slope, so it's not going to let me. But I might be able to backtrack just enough to get access to this platform and then walk on the water that is not going to kill me. Can I? Oh, okay. This ladder doesn't work. You know what? That's good enough. Let's just load the next level. Alright, so... Madame Gorge, very broken. Hey, Frenchie, what's up? Good morning, good morning. Right. Oof. I'm going to reset, just in case this texture corruption is not, like, because of the level, but because I've been in another level and loaded again. What's the plan for today? More Tomb Raider 3 prototype. This is the same prototype as last time, there's just a lot of levels and I haven't played everything. Temple of Puna. There we go. So we're going to continue the comparison between prototype and final. We did find a few interesting things already. Right, does it work this time? Nope. The level is just doing that. No enemies. Got enemies here, up here in final. But I haven't seen a single dart thrower enemy. So maybe that enemy does not exist yet at all. A giant boulder for later. Very Indiana Jonesy. I think we've been in this level in the previous prototype. There wasn't much to see. It works as intended, I think. Secret is not present, I don't think. We'll check that later. And yeah, there's just no enemy. I don't remember if the boss fight works. texture work here is different. The buttons are placeholders. Hey, nice. Still know how to do it. Oh, this is a trap door. That's a... How does this work in Final? I don't remember. Let's see if we can find the levels. How is it called? Yeah, Triboss, okay. Yeah, the texture work is completely different in this room in Final, as you can see. There we go. It is the same room, same geometry. Oh yeah, there's an earthquake animation because they block this part. There's a flip map here that collapses this tunnel in Final. I haven't checked, but I don't think it does that in this version. Yeah, this tunnel doesn't collapse at all. I'll check if that causes problem later on. So yeah, you've got the door here, different texture, but same geometry as far as I can tell. But it's those are doors in Final, and those are trap doors here. So they open up and close vertically. Interesting choice. Not sure why they changed that, but okay. Not sure that changes much. Camera, please. Right, so then you've got this. They digged up Tomb Raider 1 blocks texture here. So you're supposed to pull this in order to stop the spike trap, which is also not textured properly. But yeah, the idea is you pull this in order to then have all the time in the world to press the 3 switches. Very interesting that we have a Tomb Raider 1 texture here on the block. Not sure where they dig that up. Yeah, you can phase through the corner. Nothing to see here. I just jumped into the spikes, but that's fine. Alright, so this is working as intended otherwise. A little bit of force damage here, same as Final. Medkit, same as Final. Okay, so there should be a switch here. Texture work is different, but the idea is here. So pulling this switch opens the final door. In Final, this also triggers a flip map where you have fires on both sides of the main bridge. Doesn't look like it does that here, and going through this should trigger the boulder that doesn't work and just stops here. Okay. Well, there was an attempt. It's not the first boulder I've seen that breaks in the prototype. That's a bit anticlimactic. So the idea is, of course, the boulder is supposed to follow the little rays on the side here. So what happens in final is we are in this area. There is actually a flip map. That flip map is just activating the triggers for the giant boulder. In final, when you get there, you actually have breakable ties on the sides here. Oh, it's not fire, it leads to water. Here. This entire area collapses. I'm pretty sure the water just instantly kills you. You've got a second one that does exactly the same thing here. Bunch of breakable ties on the side here, just to make it a bit more confusing. So you're not quite finished. Oh, this one works! This one very much works. Yeah, it just teleports at the bottom, it doesn't work at all. Yeah, you kind of have to anticipate this one. Oh, they flip map the side completely. So at this point, I had no intention of making you go back in there in order to get the secret. Yeah, it just flip mapped this entire area completely. Which of course removes the need of collapsing this corridor. Yeah. Alright, does the boss fight work? I assume it's a death trap down here. Oof. Oh, she doesn't like the slopes. Yeah. As it should. You've got med packs here in final, which are missing. Hello. Do you instantly kill me? Yep. Alright, let's see if the boss fight works. I need to go a bit closer. Ooh. Okay, this is easier in final. Might need a few tries to figure out how this is supposed to work. Oh, did I already kill him? Okay. Well, that was anticlimactic. Guess they just hadn't figured out how to make this battle work yet. And he's not dropping the crystal. Which means we're soft-locked. Fine, I guess. No end trigger. Yeah, this was not ready for consumption yet. The fight kinda works, as in it triggers properly, it attacks you properly. You do not have the second phase where he raises the shield and summons the poison creatures. And he just instantly dies, because yes. Right. London. Let's see how bad London looks. No proper loading screens, clearly. Right. Okay, so this looks a lot more like this is supposed to look. Well, how it looks in final. We've got the proper Lara costume as well for this. Save here. Got the crane. Can I just jump above here? We should be able to. Right. Should be able to stand on this. Going to try and see. No, that's too slopey. I can't. You can't jump on the crane from here in final. How do you do it? I need to load the proper levels first. Roofs.tr2 most likely. Yes. There we go. Starting position is slightly different, by the way, as you can see. How does this work? Oh, this is standable in final. Huh. Ah, yeah, they probably figured out. Because the reason this is a skip in final is because this is a secret area that you're supposed to access from the crane, from all those blocks here that you see here. All this area. And not from the very start as I am doing. Therefore, if you come from this side, then you're supposed to leave back from this side as well. Otherwise, you're soft locked in here. Or you would have to take the slope back to the very beginning of the game. So they made it so those platforms are standable. Ah, where am I? Those platforms here are standable. But as a result, because you can actually skip and jump above those slopes to get here, then you can just go to the end of the level by climbing on this and going here. So right now the skip doesn't exist, but not for the right reasons. Oh man. Oh, we have some texture corruption here as well. Yeah, there's some texture corruption on the items. So yeah, we don't have anything to pick up anyway. Oh, it's lagging. The rain is probably not helping the poor PSX here. Oh, wait. Am I stuck? Oh, I'm completely soft-locked, actually. Because I can't leave. Cannot leave at all, unless I can stand on this, but I should be able to. Yeah, okay, I'm actually completely soft-locked. Well, let's reload. This secret area is not ready. Duly noted. Alright, let's try skip number 2. Which is to just go over here. And then we'll play the game normally, but... Go over here. Ooh, the lag, man. Oh, wrong. Okay, so... Yep, skip number 2 works. Climb on this slope, turn in the on the jump, and you get out of bounds. And you can just get to the exit. Ooh, the lag, man. That building over here does not exist in Final, I don't think. We're out of bounds here, so none of this matters, but... this might be a remnant of something else. You'll notice that they changed the slope on this area compared to here in order to prevent forbidden slopes. As in slopes that end up on the wall and end up soft-locking you. Right. This is pretty much as final. And if you go here, should get the trigger for the end game, end level. Yep. Do we have the cutscene? We have the cutscene. Bit of delay, but it might be an emulation thing. There's a bit of delay on the sounds. Or might be just PlayStation being bad at loading sounds. Always lagging. There we go. Cutscene seems to be the same. That seems to be final.
Who are you working for?
What?
You heard me.
I didn't, honest. What did you say?
I said, who employs you?
Ah! Miss Sophia Lee!
Who's she? What does she do?
I don't know. Really, I don't. I just shoot people for her.
A commendable work ethic, I guess.
Yeah, I put my hours into it, as my father did and his father did afore.
Well, how old is this Miss Lee?
I don't know. Late 20s, early 30s?
Right.
Yeah, for some people, like yourself, we get a special bonus.
I'm flattered.
I mean, I could even be retiring from you.
Then you might like to mind the bell. Happy retirement.
Classic. Yeah, this is final. You're very much ready for consumption here. And this should get us... Does this get us to Thamesworth? To All Hallows? Or does this get us to Aldwych? This gets us to All Hallows. So this level we are in right now, I'm going to go back to the previous level and play it properly. But this level we are in right now is actually a level they cut from Final Tomb Raider 3 and moved as a bonus level. So yeah, it was supposed to be in the continuity of this. Let me just reload. I should just reload the level. There we go. Because I'm pretty much soft-locked. Well, I'm stuck behind the end level trigger, so I'm going to have to play the level normally at some point. Alright, let's see if I can remember how this level is supposed to work properly, because boy, that's a doozy. This is certainly a level. Which I usually skip because, yeah. Let's see if I can figure out the order of things. Oh, hello. I don't think this guy is supposed to spawn. Ow. Bastard. I do love the TR3 tendency to give that one little shot as the guy dies. That is so sneaky. Also, got to love how they put little British flags, so you do really understand that you are in Britain. In case the rain and everything wasn't making this obvious enough. Bird. Where's the bird? That was the bird, I think. Okay, so we need to get this to open. I hate forced camera angles. Okay, so that's death. Can't do anything from here. I think we go play with the shimmy now, don't we? There's a secret on the side of this somewhere, which probably doesn't exist at this stage. Let's see. Here. Little rocket here is a secret, which is the side of this. You are supposed to access this from this platform here, which also has shotgun. Basically, from here you jump here, above the hole with the fire I was above earlier. So this part of the building is different, because since they made this standable, they had to make sure you couldn't go play around out of bounds. So they changed the top of this building. Makes sense. So yeah, did not exist yet. That's something they added later. Alright, what does that give us? Nice camera angle. Oh. Not sure that's intended. How does this work in Final? Where are we? Crow, by the way. Nice model. Hanging upside down. What are you, a bat? Yeah, Final you can just drop on this. There's even a med pack here. So that's a mapping mistake if you can't get there. Then again, I can probably just jump from here to unsoft lock myself. But it's clearly intended to use the shimmy that's here. But in Final you actually have room to use it properly. Right. So we're going to have to work around that. And I might actually be soft locked up here as a result. Which means I need to reload the level. Unless I have... No, I erased my game slot. So I actually need to reload the level. Thames Wharf. Right. So we can probably just long jump here instead, at the cost of a little bit of damage. Okay, and I suppose we just jump across here as well. I guess the other way to do that would have been to use the ladder or the monkey bars here anyway. Like, I'm not sure I need to go up here. Is there anything downstairs here? Not really. But this is required in order to unsoft lock yourself if you end up here, as I was. Unless I can jump from here to this platform here, maybe. Trapdoor somewhere activated. Not sure what that... Oh, this trapdoor here, most likely. I'm probably not doing things in order. Some dude just spawned as well. Okay, this works. I see your laser. Why are you? Oof, camera, please. Oh, okay, you're actually stuck here. Yeah, position of the dudes is different. I don't know what you do. You have the inside of this building. Rats. Big ass rats. Those are tier 1 rats. Wait a minute. Those rats look wrong. It could be texture corruption. Can I see those guys? We're like down here. And then inside this building. Yeah, no, it's texture corruption. That's what they look like normally. And by the way, the same rats should look... Oh no, they do look just as big in final. Fun. Anyway. Yeah, it's just texture corruption. Alright, so once we're here... we go down here, I think? Oh, we can go down here as well. We don't remember how this shit works. Can I just fall downstairs from here without taking too much damage? Yeah. That works. Medpack. Oh, did I break the... No, I did not break the animation, it just doesn't want to pick up the medpack. Not the first item I've seen that just refuses to be picked up. Interesting trapdoor sound. Not sure... Yeah, this is a completely different trapdoor sound. There should be crates down here, I think. Shouldn't there? Let's see. Yeah, there's a safe resource that's hidden behind... Well, it's not crates, I guess, but... Yeah, there's just nothing down here anyway. Okay, so now that we've done that, what was that for? Something floating me there here. Or that might be texture corruption on the little light effect coming from the window. Right. What did we come here for? Oh, there's stuff here. I'm an idiot. Yeah, there's this dude, and this dude has a key, don't we? Ow. Yeah. Flue room key. What? What the hell is that name? That's not the correct name. Okay, where does the key go again? Can I just jump across here? Probably, if I do it properly. Yeah, not sure that's the intended way to get back, but works good enough for me. What is this? Oh, that's a door. Interesting texture for a door. Right. That's probably what this button opened. Can just jump above here, I guess. Check downstairs real quick. Don't think we need to come here. There's a dude spawning, that's fine. Don't look like he has anything. Anything over here? Nope. There's a few items to pick up here in final. But yeah, a lot of items are not placed yet. Not a surprise. Yeah, that doesn't help me. Alright, no reason to come down here. I'm pretty sure there's a safe restore behind the crates here in final. Or a bunch of med packs. Okay, where does the key go again? Because I'm kind of still missing that. Let me just tear view this. Not a big fan of this level. Item. Let's see. Door spikes. Keyhole. Where are you? All the way here. And in order to get here, we need to... Yeah, we need to raise the platform here. Question mark, and we need to get in this hole. There we go. Starting to remember how this is supposed to work. So we just need to get on this platform. Alright. Where are we? Alright, we need to go downstairs here. What was that noise? Oh, that's a noise from a cutscene. Again, not the first time, but when the ambient sound loops, it actually, the timing is wrong and it starts reading from another track. I'm pretty sure we're supposed to come down here by falling from this trapdoor, which we need to deactivate somehow. I also don't care because that works, and I'm not going to go around trying to find what button does it work properly. We have a bird somewhere. Thank you. Right. Oh. This is supposed to be connected. Now I might actually be soft-locked. Because as I remember, yeah. Climbing out of holes does not work. One of those holes has a secret in final, but since it doesn't work properly, I'm not going to try too hard. Okay, so we just climb in here. That spawned another crow somewhere. I think some of those holes are connected in final. Right, so that gets me here. Can we go downstairs? Yes, probably. There's crates. Or is it too far down? No, it might actually be too far down. Okay. This is supposed to be a platform that raises in final, I think. We are... Where are we? We are here. Yeah, there's supposed to be a platform that goes down. You can see it here. Oh. No. Got a sneeze that doesn't want to come out. Yeah, you've got this platform that raises up. That's a flip map, I think. Yeah, that's a flip map. And we have this flip map as well here. Works a bit differently. Yeah. Different thing that's actually coming up here. But the idea was there. Not sure what I can do with that now. Because it doesn't look like the flip map worked. Might have to play that differently in order to progress here. There's a platform here, but I don't think I can reach that. That's for later. You can even see the button floating midair here, which corresponds to the same button here once it's raised up. Okay, what does the button do? Interior view. What does this trigger do? Triggers. Animating. Oh, we are missing a camera hint. This opens this. Okay. Well, this level is fucked up enough to figure out playing normally. If we don't have the camera hints, that also doesn't help. Let's go. Ah, we're going to be soft-locked now. Because the dropping out of shimmy does not work. Dropping out of crawling space does not work. So now we're going to be soft-locked, actually. Which means I might have to figure out another way to get into that opening. Because, yeah, this is just going to soft-lock me. And I can't do anything. Okay, I can't do anything from here. The goal is to get into that opening here. I'm probably going to have to... Do I have another... No, I do not have another save. So let's restart. I am trying very hard to play this level properly, and it is not cooperating. Okay, we need the key. Step 1. Where did you go? There's a platform up here. Oh. Not sure I can reach that, actually. What do you give me? Not much. How do we do this again? I think I just jump across here. Stepping on this tile where the wire is what raises this trapdoor. Also, hi. Can I see you? Yes. Just get the deagle out. Can do this. Still don't quite know what this does. Might be to make the trapdoor fall, but it's not working. Key. Managed to make this work last time. Probably not the intended way, but... Oh! Need to grab. Otherwise this doesn't work. There we go. Right. Can I just fake grab this? Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to go in there, actually, because... that's a trap. Can I go anywhere from here? Yeah, we just need to climb back up. we'll see if we can access the opening where the key goes from up instead of using the intended moving platform. There we go. And continue and see the rest of the level. Really making an effort to see more of this level, even though this is definitely not the greatest level in history. Nope. Good thing I just saved. Oh, that killed me. Huh. How much health do I have? Ah, yeah, that would explain why. Though I can also fall here in order to slightly higher up, slightly less up. 80 tank, what's up? Good morning, good morning. You missed Malibu Gorges and Puna. Malibu Gorge is very broken. The boat physics are not helping. Yeah, most of the level can't really access. This level is also broken mostly because you cannot shimmy out of crawling spaces. That's the main issue. So I'm trying to figure out ways to explore the rest of the level. Because dev intended paths just do not work. Okay, so we can't press the button here. I'm trying to go in this opening where we're going to use the key. I'm thinking we might be able to climb on the roof here. Yeah, we actually can. Should be able to just do this. Yeah. Wonder if you can do that in Final. Because that's what this area looks like. Haha! In Final they noticed. And they put this platform in front of it to prevent you from doing that. That's actually a forbidden slope, actually. You end up stuck here. But yeah, they noticed. I think. I think this platform is here to prevent you from doing exactly what I just did. Nice. Alright, key. This is lagging quite a bit. Alright, where is this? Random music playing. Okay, there's a button here. Does that shut down the fire? I think that shuts down the fire. Yeah, that shuts down the fire. Yeah. Kayak is... the state of the kayak in the present version is 1. No fall damage. 2, the movement is a bit glitchy. Going forward doesn't go quite as fast as it does in the current version. And 3, and that's the big one, transitioning from regular water to the white texture that's like a solid texture that kills you. You see the rapids texture. Transitioning from water to this texture actually doesn't work and the kayak just bounces back. So when you end up in the final area, the area where water is going to... I might just show you. Might just TR view this. We have TR view, might as well. Rapids. When you end up in this final area down here, you cannot actually transition. Let me just reduce depth so you see something. You cannot actually move from the water to those areas. The boat just bounces here, it bounces here, and it bounces here. which means you are stuck here and you're softlock and you cannot progress. Basically. Also, most of the water texture you see here in other areas, they had not implemented the death triggers yet. So you can just like walk on all this area, which is very funny. But all of this is walkable, which I've used to explore more of the level. But yeah, bit annoying. You can still find a place to land the boat here in order to progress, and then you can go walk here the same the speedrunners do, and then you can just walk here. So yeah, you can also walk here. This area does, some part of this area does not have death triggers, and this button does not exist yet here. So you can just go directly here. There's no trapdoor, and you can grab the first boat immediately. Also, you cannot use the second boat, and that's also funny, and I played that earlier, because this switch here you cannot use because Lara bounces on this slope. So there's collision, and Lara cannot use this switch, so you cannot exit this area with the second boat. Fun times. Oh, also something that doesn't work. This secret here, where you're supposed to backflip on this slope here. In Final you have a platform, here you have a ladder, except Lara refuses to transition from the shimmy to the ladder. She gets stuck here, so that also doesn't work. So yeah, lots of little things that they had to change before Final. Anyway, back to London. Nice forced camera angle here, by the way. There we go. Oh, I can just crouch under that for some reason. Okay, I might actually be stuck now. No, I can probably just fall on this. Yeah. Oh, if I do that, I'm stuck, though. Because then I have to get out with the crawling space. So I still softlocked myself. Because I can't leave now. Good job, me. Yeah, because then you end up here. And there's this crawling space here, and I'm just stuck. Oh, I just saved as well. It's fine. Let's reload this level, and let me see if I can just go through the fire. Might be able to fake grab onto one of the platforms that's after the fire as well. Temple of Puna works. One of the giant boulders does not work. The boss fight is a bit anticlimactic because there's no shield, there's only one phase, and he dies pretty fast. It does still one-kill you, though. Alright, does that work? Yes, I can do that. Oh. I need to crouch in order to go here. The geometry is just slightly too far down here. Yeah, it is a nice level thematically. It's just so frustrating mechanically. That's the main issue. And the idea that you go down the rapids and then you have to climb back up the entire way on foot is also an interesting way to play this. You go through the same areas two different ways. But yeah, mechanically it's just a mess. Alright, so this... Hello. seems to be as you would expect. Don't remember what that does. Okay, so we've got the two cisterns here. Don't quite remember what we want to do with that. Do we have a switch down here? The answer seems to be no. So we don't do anything with that yet. Okay, and this is empty. Supposed to be a trapdoor somewhere, I think. Don't quite remember how all of this works. Alright, so that should change the water levels. Right. Okay, so we have nothing here, no switch. There's a missing texture here. And there is a platform here. A trapdoor, I mean. So we need to find out how we open this. Okay, now we have the water here. Switch is here. Opens this very well. Some camera heads to work. Don't we have a completely different puzzle? Oh, it's the next room. It was like, we have a completely different puzzle with monkey bars and stuff like that. It's actually over here. Random alarm. Danger, Max Lev. Aren't we supposed to have monkey bars here? Well, I need to reload the proper level now. Roofs.psx. We are down here. Oh yeah, there is monkey bar here. They're all the way there, that's why. We need to get the water level up properly first. And that's the exit that leads to the church part of this. Which again, we've seen that last time in the previous version of the prototype. This entire area here is something they copy-pasted from All Hallows. This room exists in the previous prototype version of All Hallows. Anyway, back to trying to play this level properly. I wonder if the puzzle with the moving machine and the electric arcs works properly in this. That's an interesting one as well. Save. Should say change save slots. There we go. Right. Can I just... Okay, that works. Go away. Alright. Seems to be final here, no surprise. Was that supposed to be a music trigger? No, that's an ambient chant, I think. Right there. There it is. Seems to be working, as intended. I assume this instantly kill me as it should. Yep, as it should. The position of this is different than it is in final, but that's the idea. It might be a bit slower than final? Question mark? Yeah, you're going to kill me if I stay here. Not sure that's... Oh. Oh, that's just light. Okay. I forgot that was a thing. You actually can activate the lighting here. Which is implemented interestingly because the light is a flip map, right? So it makes the flip map flicker? Question mark? Because the light is flickering when you activate it. How does that work? I have to check the trigger. Or is there actually a flickering light effect and then a proper flip map trigger? Lighting. No, it's just light sources, I guess. There's no flip map here. You don't see light items like that very often. Then again, I'm not a level builder, so I'm not sure how they usually do that. Alright. Yeah. Let me go. Just passing. Actually... Wait a minute. We're soft locked here. Because I can't go behind the block, I can't pull it. What is this? Am I stupid? Because you're supposed to pull this here and then move it in such a way that the robot is blocked here and goes around. How does this look in final? There's got to be one more square to pull, isn't there? Oh, you can just walk above it in final. You can't here. That's an oversight. Someone didn't playtest this at this point yet. Huh. Can I corner bug this? No, because there's slopes on the sides. Can't actually do anything with that then. Got no way of checking if that actually works, if the puzzle actually works, because I can't move. Oh shit! Can't move the block further than this. Well, that's annoying. Yeah. Well, that's probably it for this level then. I don't think we can do anything more than this. That's a shame. Alright, so next level is actually All Hallows. Which, as we saw last time, and as we already established earlier when I went out of bounds and went directly to the end of the level, as speedrunners do, Thames Wharf does load All Hallows when you finish the level properly. So this was definitely intended to go there. Fast forward, please. Now let's see if this level actually works. And I'm curious to see how it ends as well, because in the bonus level version of this, as we have in Final, it ends in the little tomb with a lot of pickups, and you have a end level trigger right before the pickups. Obviously this has to transition to Aldwych, so it's going to be interesting how they actually do that. Where do we start? Let's see if I remember how to play this level. It's probably no secret. There's like breakable openings somewhere here in Final, I think. Okay, how does this work? Oh wait, I can... I thought that was blocked. No, I can just jump here. So the earlier... They had a lot of ideas... Oh. Bad effect. Fun. They had a lot of ideas for this, because the previous prototype... There was a lot of different ideas in this level that I checked through TRView. Some of which, like I said, ended up going... Part of this level was copy-pasted into Thames Wharf. I stop here, right? Yeah. And there's a lot of other ideas that didn't end up making it. There's an entire section in the previous version of this that had like an elevator shaft that ended up leading to this roof area that did not exist yet. Like, there was space for it, but it was not made yet. Okay, not like this. I think the idea of the elevator shaft made it to the final part of Lutz Gate in some form. That does not help me. What was I trying to do? Am I just trying to go on this platform? Because I can just do that. Want to go up here, I think. Let's just do that. Yeah. Thanks, camera hint, but that does not help me. We want to fall in here, don't we? In the end. Like this. On this broken tile. I just jump above that. No. I'm trying to go around because I don't know how you do it properly and I'm lazy, so... Just want to go to the next part of the level. Yeah, that works. Probably not the dev intended way, but... Alright. What is our progress from here? This is blocked. So it has to be this way. Do I just jump on this? Do I just jump down here? I don't remember what we're supposed to do from here. Yeah, that's death. Yeah, so this I remember. This turning bookshelf thing. Not sure we're supposed to get there right now, but... Oh yeah, the previous prototype version of this had a trampoline, a TR2 trampoline, instead of a ladder. That absolutely shocked me. This is the only place in Tomb Raider 3 that has a trampoline. I'm actually surprised that worked, that the engine could do it. I guess at this point I hadn't removed it yet. That was interesting. No, please don't make me catch fire. What we supposed to do from here? Am I going the wrong way? I need to fall on the broken tile, that's right. So I missed the square. Is it this square? Yes. There we go. That part existed. Oh. This as well. Got hit on the butt here. Right, this square I'm standing right now was a trampoline in the previous version, instead of the ladder you see here. For some reason. Not sure why they did that. Alright, so what does this button do? Opens this trapdoor. Okay. Yeah, not sure what they were thinking. Maybe that goes. They thought it goes well with the pistons you see earlier. Is there anything here? No. Alright. That just kills me again, right? Yeah. So we need to jump above this, I guess. Right. So that leads us here. Alright. Can we climb this? Yes. So that's the trapdoor we just opened. There's another trapdoor here. And this was a hole that led somewhere in the previous version as well. There's more stuff over here. Let me check that trapdoor. I don't remember in which order we do that in here. Right, so this leads here. And this little area here actually connected. I think I'm going to show because it is a bit interesting. In the previous version of this, if I can find the previous version of this again, open maps synthpol.psx. So that's the September version of this. So you recognize this area, which is the area they copy pasted in Thames Wharf. And this actually connects through this water here into the area we are right now. You recognize the little algae thing, and we fall the same way from the top here into this area, which has then, we'll see in a minute, the breakable windows, well, breakable fences here. So this was cut from Synthpol, from All Hallows. And what I was talking about earlier is you have this entire area that looks like an elevator shaft. There is actually an elevator here, and like a boiler room, which I expect was going to lead through this slope into the roof area, which does not exist at this point. But that seems to be the idea. And that was completely cut as well. And instead we have, I'm going to load the proper version that we're playing. So we find this slope again, but that leads to the roof area here. And now we are down here. So we are missing this entire thing here. There was supposed to be an underwater maze, which I think is something they recycled into Lod's Gate as well. Anyway. Water texture is not animated, by the way. That's a bit unsettling. There was a hole here, a water hole that led to the underwater maze. That was the return path from the underwater maze, actually. Oh, it's already broken. This one breaks, though. We're missing a switch here, aren't we? Oh, the blade traps are here. They were not last time. Do they activate immediately? No, they activate on the way back. Just going to try to jump above, that's fine. Okay, so what does that give me? So there's nothing here. I don't have a key. That probably opens the trapdoor to climb back up? Question mark? So that's actually a return path. In case you go down here without the key. Probably like that in Final. There's a platform behind me. Oh yeah, alright, that makes sense, I think. Oh, you exit? That shouldn't work. I just went through this little gap. It's interesting that mechanically it works, and also map designingly, they actually were expecting you to go through that little hole here. I don't think this works in later versions of Tomb Raider. That's interesting. Where does that go? There's a hole down here. Flares. Wait, no, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to crawl through here. Are you? No, because there's a step. Oh wait, that still works. Okay, I have no idea how you were actually supposed to exit here. I guess this works. Alright, so we're at the bottom of the church. We have the tomb in the middle. Do we climb back climbing on the books, or is there something else? No, there's a platform here. And then I can jump on this. Is there anything down here? I think there are pickups here in Final. Oh, casually walk through the tomb. Yeah. That's one way to be a Tomb Raider, I guess. Right. Okay, so we need the key. That's what we're missing right now. Okay, I haven't been through here yet. Second trapdoor, alright. Some of those books are ladder, aren't they? Not here, though. Or were they... They used bookshelves as ladder, maybe in the previous version of this. Can I just get to the platforms from here? Not directly, at least. Oh, I was expecting this to work. I need to go to that trapdoor. I can jump over here, though, can't I? Right. Right, they added the little model here on the side to make sure that it actually looks like a ladder. That was missing on the previous version. I remember that. Although you don't actually need this to be a ladder, you can just shimmy here. Okay, from here we go on this platform. So far this is pretty close to final. A lot closer to final than the previous version I played. This... soft locks the game. Oh! This is the level transition! Really? Okay. Let me have a look. We missed this thing completely. This entire thing here that leads to death on the outside. There's a random opening here as well, which might be a remnant of something else. There's a bunch of stuff we haven't gone through. There's a monkey bar somewhere over here that we haven't gone through. Let me see if I can figure... I'm going to reload and see if we can figure that out. This door here... we haven't been through this door at all, and that also seems to be a remnant of something. They might have expected to just put a secret here, actually. That might be what the key is for. There is a trapdoor that leads to nowhere. So that's also interesting, and probably a remnant of something else as well. We haven't been through this at all. So that door has to open somehow as well. What does this switch even do? I have no idea. But yeah, end level down here. So that was going to be the transition to Aldwych. You fall through here. And you get the end level transition right here. And as you go through the slope, that transition to Aldwych here. Interesting. The key's up here. What the hell? What do we have here in final? I think that's just a secret up here in final, isn't it? Oh, that's a save crystal. Okay, we're definitely replaying this. Because there's a bunch of stuff I missed that I'm interesting to see what it looks like. This area does not exist in this version, I don't think. It would be here. What else? Yeah, there's a trapdoor here, which is clearly temporarily a wooden bridge. But something that we have to activate from somewhere. It's probably one of the other switches. And this area also... No, okay, we've been through this area. That's the... Okay. Oh my. There's a switch here we haven't been through at all. We should jump from here. You take the shimmy. And we also haven't been up here at all. That's the zip line. Yeah, that's the end of the monkey bar. Yeah, definitely replaying this. There's more to see in this level. I want to see if that actually works. But let me see the transition to Aldwych. Because we ended up on the slope. And we should start on the slope here. Or do we just immediately fall? I think we just immediately fall at the start of Aldwych, don't we? Yeah. Also, it's lagging. Right. So that should be Aldwych as we expect. I'm going to reload for Lootsgate, but... Ah yes, they still have the unfortunate attempt at a properly turning stairs that we saw in the 2 previous versions of this. It's... I understand what they were trying to do, but... yeah. That doesn't really work. Anyway. All Hallows. Okay, let's see if we can grab the key this time. Oh, nope. Come back here. Alright, let's see if we can find it. There's a crawling space some... Oh, we might still be soft-locked because we can't go out of crawling spaces. So we might not actually be able to do it. God damn it. Is that over here? Oh yeah, that's where the bats come from. Yeah, we're going to be stuck. We can't climb in, we won't be able to climb out. Actually, we're stuck immediately here because we cannot get to the key, which is down here. Yeah. Because of that bug, we can't, but the key is down here. That's a shame. Just climb this, right? Yeah. So there shouldn't be much else to see here. They should just go directly to the broken platform. But yeah, most likely this key was supposed to trigger a secret. At the door we saw earlier, which is behind the rotating bookshelf. Okay, they had fixed the sidestep bug for the broken tires. They fixed it in TR2 actually, but it still existed in early prototypes of TR2. Okay, we want to go over here because there's a switch. And we want to go over here for the zip line. Also, this is missing part of the... Oh no, it is here. Rendering is also... Because this is composed of multiple sub-objects, rendering is a bit of a struggle here. Right, so that's great, but I want to go explore this. I cannot. Can't grab this from here. Guess that's too far down. Yeah, that's too far down. Okay, so we have to do this properly then. Kind of brute force my way through that, but sure. Enjoy your painting. Happy Emperor. Hello, hello, good morning. What's up, what's up? Alright, so we've been through this earlier. Yeah, that kills me. I can do this. There we go. Right, so if I had the key, if crawling back out of crawling spaces was not a soft lock, I could just go down there and grab what probably was supposed to be a secret. So this is going to lead to the end of the level. Might as well activate it. And that's the end of the level already. So that was going to be a really short level the way this is currently built. They actually made it longer in the bonus level version in TR3. I want to go up here. Not sure how I get there though. Can we not? Oh, wrong key. There we go. Okay. So this does not particularly help me actually. Okay, let's try to figure out the order of things in this. Because our target is this trapdoor. If I can see it. Excuse you. There we go. This item, trapdoor is triggered from the switch that's inside here. And in order to get here, you need to open this door, which is opened from here, which means I need to get on this platform somehow. And I'm not quite sure how, because I can't jump above here. This is All Hallows. This is All Hallows. It is actually really close to final All Hallows. It's missing the ending part, which is after this door. Like if I open... yeah, I have All Hallows open here. In All Hallows final version, you go through this door. You need to find the key that goes here, but you go through this hole, and then you have this little underwater maze, and you end up on the end level trigger where there's all the weapons here. Which again, this part is also a bunch of remnants from previous version of this prototype. But anyway, in the version I'm playing right now, the level ends when you go through this trapdoor here. You have the end level trigger here. This slope is supposed to lead to Aldwych. So what I'm trying to figure out is all the other parts of the level I have not accessed yet, which I assume were going to be secrets and things like that. What were they planning to do with that zip line, by the way? Because that just goes straight into the slope, that just goes straight to your death. Ah, no, that was supposed to be the way to access this, wasn't it? You climb here, and then you get the rotating bookshelf. Except I got to the rotating bookshelf from up here. Which then begs the question, how the hell are you supposed to get down from here otherwise then? Because my way of getting down from here is to jump on this slope and then fall to where the rotating bookshelf is. If we don't do that, how are we supposed to leave this platform? Do you jump here? Maybe? I have no idea. What the hell? How do you do that in Final? Because on Final you end on the same platform. It's open on both sides. That's the difference. In Final, this platform is open on both sides. It's closed on this side here. And so from here... Oh, they put this block here in Final to prevent exactly what I did to leave. And access to the rotating bookshelf that's under here. They put this block to prevent that, exactly. That's not the first time I see that they put a block for one move that I instantly want to do. They did that also in Thames Wharf. So I guess you... like jump on this slope, fall on this slope, and then fall to the bottom of the level when you play normally. Or you jump across here and then on this platform, which is also fine. Oh, well, you can... no, you jump on this platform, and then you just jump down here, I guess. Which maybe you were supposed to do here as well, except, well, this is locked, so you can't. But I guess maybe they just fucked up and closed this fence here. Alright, so in Final, the zipline... what does the zipline give you? Yeah, the zipline does the same thing. It goes directly to your death down here. Which is also a trap. But it is supposed to lead... like, you're supposed to stop the zipline here before getting into the slope. And then climb in this crawling space in order to access the rotating bookshelf. So I completely skipped that, because they let me do it in this version. Okay. So that doesn't tell me how I'm supposed to access that platform I want to access. Because now I can just go straight to the end of the level, but that's great, but that's not what I want to do. I want to test that zip line. How do we access that in Final? In Final. So that's the No, it's not. That platform does not exist, actually. The platform I'm looking at, that I'm trying to access in the version I'm playing, is this one. This platform does not actually exist in Final. I'm trying to get to this ledge, actually, instead. I should be able to access that from here, question mark? Possibly? Okay, so let's get back down there. Camera, please. Right. So I do that again, as usual. And now from here I access the shimmy. Right? Yes. There we go. I was trying to get the platform, but I think the platform is actually the way out. That's why I was confused. The shimmy is the way in. Alright, so that gives me this switch. Good luck actually seeing this switch, by the way. The texture is wrong. So now I can just go downstairs. I don't need to go on this platform. I can. That platform doesn't actually give me anything, does it? It gives me a nice camera, but that's about it. I don't care about this. Just reload. I should be able to just go at the bottom of the shimmy and fall down. That shouldn't kill me, I think. Probably the safest way to go down. How much damage is this? Yeah, that's fine. Not sure that's the intended way, but I'll take it. So where's the door I opened? It's this one. Right. So that raises the trapdoor. Right. Does this room exist in final? Let me close this as well. Where is it? Anyway, this is the door here. Oh yeah, it does exist. It's right here. Sorry about that. Right. So this part of the puzzle is the same. Nope. Let's try this again. Thank you. Alright, that works. Right, now we climb back up. Right. And now we can do the monkey bar over here. So again, the texture for the monkey bar is wrong, but that doesn't really matter for the idea of the level. And now we have access to the zipline. And so the idea is if you don't stop the zip line before the end, you end up on this slope. And you just die. Except you don't. Oh, thanks, game. God fucking damn it. Right. But that's the idea, clearly. Which probably confused a lot of people playing the bonus level. You're supposed to stop here and go climb here. The puzzle to climb here is a bit different in Final, but that's the same idea. You go here, you fall down here, and you access the rotating bookshelf, which I've already gone through, because I've jumped from the platform up here to here directly, because they let me do it. But yeah. So you go through here, you find the button that opens the final trapdoor, and you go through the final trapdoor, and you finish the level. So I think that's enough of this level. What time is it? Let's just do the beginning of Old Witch. And that will be it for today, I think. Fast forward a bit. They give you shotgun ammo here in Final, I think. So I think the suspended light here is also a model that they cut. It was there in the previous prototype, but I think they also replaced them with regular fixed texture on the roof in Final. Let me see if I can find the levels. Open sewer.psx and sewer.tr2. Well, the beginning is... So they had a door here, a regular door. Also, this is interesting because this is the same texture you have in the... Where is it? This area. The... How is it called? Freemason area. So I'm not sure if they wanted to do something with this area at some point. I think it was like that in the previous version of the prototype as well. There's nothing here, there's nothing behind this door. So that's probably a remnant of something else. In Final, they just put the shotgun here and they put a regular industrial texture here instead. Right. So they revamped the stairs area in Final as well. So this unfortunate attempt at rotating stairs, they just completely give up on the idea. And the lights on the roof have been turned from a model here, a mesh, which I can select here, into just textures. Probably they decided to just cut down on the poly count, because that's a whole lot of polygons for not a lot of gain. They decided to just straighten up this entire area, most likely. So this... there might be a pickup down here in Final as well. This should be exactly the same as Final. No surprise here. There's a goon spawning here in Final as well. Not sure we'll see him. There's a dude spawning downstairs. Right, so we've got the block here. This is open in Final, so you can actually see the block from the main room. And so you don't have to go all the way around as well in order to climb this as a ladder. Because right now you can't actually... Oh, you can still go downstairs here. That's fine. So you do this. And then you climb this as a ladder. So that works. Except when it doesn't. Because it doesn't do the transition properly. So I'm actually stuck. Oh, she does if I do that. Okay, let's go. Good thing I didn't instantly softlock myself. Well, that again did not instantly softlock me out of progression. Right. So out of this we get maintenance key. Texture is probably broken on the button here. Right. So this fire here, I think they put the fire behind the glass here instead. There are another one. There's another one here. This one was here in the previous prototype as well. I just explore for fun. I've done modding before of other games. There's a dude here. I just explore this for fun, mostly. I done a lot of exploring the prototypes of Tier 1 as well, and I did one big one of Tier 2. There's not a lot of prototypes available for Tier 2. Tier 1 was a lot of fun to explore as well. There's a lot of prototypes for this, going all the way back to 1995. August 1995. So that's a lot of fun. Those videos are still somewhere on my Twitch. I haven't uploaded them to my YouTube yet, but I did keep them archived on my Twitch in such a way that they wouldn't delete them. I need to upload those to YouTube at some point. And that's a lot of fun. If you want, the prototypes are available on a website called Hidden Palace, where you can just download the ROMs and open them in an emulator. Tomb Raider 1 is interesting as well because as opposed to Tomb Raider 2, 3, 4, 5, which they just developed for PSX first and then ported to PC, Tomb Raider 1 was developed in parallel on PC, Saturn and PSX. There was no main version. They were doing the three in parallel. They were very much on par to each other. So as I played through the prototypes of Tomb Raider 1, there are prototypes for all three consoles, and that's pretty interesting as well. All right, does the death trap work? Because it didn't in the previous prototype. Yeah, I'm running this on a PSX EMU. Okay, so I didn't press the button. But if I go here, that should still kill me. Right. Yeah, the trains don't work. Same as the previous prototype. I can just go through as well. Train spawns, but it doesn't do anything. So this is probably going to fuck up a lot of things, by the way, because the light changing on my right here and the train spawning is a flip map. As a result, this is going to fuck up all the flip maps in the level because this is Tomb Raider 3. And there is only one global flip map trigger. So normally it doesn't matter because you die here. But this is probably just going to fuck up everything. But yeah, if you're curious, I did play around with modding a lot for Homeworld 2 and Free Space 2. Same deal here, the train spawns but doesn't actually move. The music triggers work. And that's just the end of the map, yeah. Which are completely different games. They're space games, Homeworld 2 and Free Space 2. So this opens this door. And we need a key to continue. No, we don't. What? Why can't we access this already? I guess there's no reason we shouldn't be able to access this already. What do we need to access this in the final version? Can we just access this immediately? Where is this? Yeah, no, you can access this immediately, actually, in final. But it doesn't matter because you don't have the keys yet. Right, so I'm just imagining things again. There is a lot of me actually thinking I remember the game, but I misremember the game, and I think there's something different when there isn't. There's a fucked up texture here. Which is... oh, that's fun. There's a wrong texture here, which is also there in final. This brick texture here. I just noticed. It is still there in final. Someone misclicked this. That's funny. Right. So I assume the maze seems to be pretty much the same concept as final. I don't know, because this looks like a brick texture, so I'm not sure if they wanted to do something else with that or not. Anyway, no reason to do the maze now. I'm not going to finish the level today, most likely. Oh, the fire is gone. There's probably triggers to shut down the fire, and they forgot to put a trigger to reactivate it. Which is probably why they removed the fire in final. Again, at some point, if you just make your life too complicated with little things like that, you just remove the idea entirely. And I think that's what's happening here. Because they want to shut down the fire for performance reasons when you leave the area. And so that means they need to reactivate it again when you come in. And that's a lot of triggers for not a lot of gain. Alright, one big difference here, I think... okay, no. They fixed that. In the prototype, this was a slope, so you could not actually easily jump from here to here. Which made the entire pathing, which is already a pain in this level, a lot more complicated. Because you basically had to go all the way down in here, and then the puzzle with the crates. You had to go down, if I can figure out this hell of a level. without the slope here that lets you jump from here to here, you had to go all the way into this path, into this room, here, this room, climb up, do all the puzzle, get here, and then get, I guess, all the way through here again to get to this door in order to get back here. At which point, what the hell are you doing? So making it so you can actually jump from here to here is probably saving half an hour of playthrough in this level. Especially if you have no idea what you're doing and you're going all the way back and forth. Can you imagine? This would have been hell. That's what happened in the previous version of this, so that's a good change. Yeah, exactly. This level is so confusing originally. Okay, so maintenance key goes here. I got soft locked here in the previous version of this because of flip map shenanigans. Because the light starting here and the coin falling is a flip map thing. And as usual, flip maps are just so hard to work around in those versions. Oh, Doggo. Hello, Doggo. So this should give me the coin. Also, random music cue here is not actually a music cue. I mentioned that before. Can I not grab the coin? Oh, there we go. When you have weird music like that, it's because the ambient is looping. And in this version of the prototype, in all the levels, the timing is wrong. So the ambient tries to keep playing and it just plays the next part of the next track in memory. And then it loops properly. So you've got like 1 or 2 seconds of the next track, which is usually just a little danger track like that. So that gets a bit... that jump scares you in weird places. Yeah. Depends on the level. Which I guess it depends on the ambient track in the background. Did I hear footsteps? No. Okay, so we should be able to use the coin... Wait a minute. Where are we supposed to use the coin? Well, I guess here works. Yeah, okay, that works. So the interesting part you'll notice is at this point in development, they hadn't decided that all the items were going to spawn at the center of geometry, of level geometry squares. Which is something they do in Final. And they start doing in Tomb Raider 3, they keep doing it in Tomb Raider 4 and 5. And I'm pretty sure they did that in order to prevent people from glitching through the walls like you can do in Tomb Raider 2. By having an item very close to the wall, you grab the item that moves you into the wall and you end up glitching. And they just decided, okay, this is more trouble than it's worth. All the items are now going to be at the center of squares. That was not the case yet at this point of development. We are a bit less than 2 months before release. Okay, so that gives me the ticket, which is for later. The item is not properly centered for rotation. Not a big deal. But that's for much later. Oh, by the way, you can notice the flip map trigger. Yeah, exactly. You can do the same thing with flares. And you can still do the same thing with flares in Tomb Raider 3. So, yeah, they try to They try to fix it, but it still exists. As long as you have flares, you can still do the same idea. So yeah, that's something that exists in Final as well. And that's something I mentioned about the flip map and the fact there's one global flip map trigger in Tomb Raider 3. Is, if you remember, lighting the lights, I did that earlier, but here it's off. If I move here, it's on. If I move here, it's off again. There is a trigger here that keeps in memory the fact that you had lit up the flip map over here, but restores the global flip map is not triggered state for the rest of the level that also has flip maps in other places, so you don't fuck up everything. And the problem with flip maps are very useful, but you have to do things like this everywhere in Tomb Raider 1 to 3, because it's one global variable, which is something they thankfully fixed in Tomb Raider 4. Finally. And I'm sure the level designer were very happy that the devs decided to properly fix that and give separate flip map variables, because so many things break because of this. Yeah, it's not a visual glitch, basically. And yeah, the same thing can happen with the green lights. If you look at your view again, you have, let me activate the lighting here. You have this flip here, this little trigger. You don't actually see the view options. Yeah, now you do. And this is the two different states of this room. So each room in the game can have two different states, like this. Flip, flip. That's what we call the flip map. So here the main difference is the lighting, but this also can break other things, because in this version of the room, for example, if I can click on it, this key does not have a trigger. If you look, there's not the purple indication here. So this keyhole doesn't work when the lights are on, basically, because it's a different version of the room and they had not put the triggers. And that's what happened to me in the previous version of this. I tried to go here with the key and the key didn't do anything because the lights were already on, because the flip map was fucked somewhere else. And same deal with all the lights you see here. It's also a flip map, as you can see. And again, there's only triggers in one version of the flip map, because you only need the trigger in one version of the flip map. You're supposed to pass in front of the light, and that spawns the train, and the train kills you. But you also have a flip map for this area here, because this becomes a platform you can walk on in order to grab the key. So when you go through this entire puzzle, it triggers the flip map. So when you come back here the second time in order to grab the key, you can just step on this. The problem is I did this first, and they didn't put all the triggers to make this work properly in the previous version of this. So grabbing the key first made this entire area already be flipped, and I was stuck out of this key as a result. So you can imagine you need to check all the possible orders in which you can do things, so you can put the proper flip map triggers so that in all the different versions of the room, it keeps in memory what it was doing. And this level is so complicated that there's just so many ways to fuck that up, and there was one way that they missed, basically. And the speedrunners will use that, by the way. For example, I'm going to stop the stream here anyway, but let me show you real quick, for example, one that they use in Tomb Raider 1, Palace Midas. What level is this? 6, I think. Not you. I'm going to show that real quick so you have an idea of what I'm talking about, that you can exploit this if you're smart and you actually know where the triggers are. this room. Yeah, exactly. Palace Midas is the same. You have the same problem because it's also a level that you can do out of sequence. And in particular, this room with the pillar, when you pull the block under it, it triggers a flip map. And this room is now collapsed. So far, so good. The thing is, you have a flip map trigger here. Flip off 0, flip off 1. And actually, they moved that somewhere else. I'm looking at the remastered version of this level. I think they fixed that in remaster. Do I have Tomb Raider 1 installed? The old Tomb Raider 1? I don't. Let me install it real quick. Should be able to download that real quick. Give me a sec. Because the idea is in Tomb Raider 1 like release version, you have the flip map trigger is... Oh no, it's still here. It's here actually. It's already the case in this version. It's when you jump from here to here that it resets the flip map. I'm not sure why it needs to reset the flip map. But the idea is that so the room is in the correct position when you enter this one. You can abuse that by going up here first. I never remember in which order you do things, but I think you jump from here to here in order to not get this flip on trigger. And the idea is, I don't remember in which order you do things, but the idea is you can enter this room already in the collapse state. So you can just pass the door and start climbing immediately as a speedrunner and go to the end of the room here and continue. There are a few other places where they abuse that as well, but this is one I remember where you just abuse the flip map state. They have to do that because you've also got a flip map here as well, which is the blocks raising here. So that's also a flip map. And that's why the way the devs made it work is they expected you to always climb into this room either from the columns, in which case you're always going to jump from here to here, or from downstairs here, the gate, once you've opened it, which again, you're just going to walk on the trigger and reset the room in the original state. So regardless of which order you do the rooms, every time you finish one room, you should walk on the trigger and reset the rooms properly for the next one. So when you jump from here to here, you skip that. Right, so I think what they do is they do this room first, so that it triggers the flip map. No, they kept it in the... Actually, they probably fixed it by extending this trigger all the way here. Because the flip on is extended all the way here. That's probably what they did to fix it. Let me see if I can download Tomb Raider 1 real quick. The old one. Install. 300 megabytes, that should be pretty fast. There we go. File open. Tomb Raider 1. Tomb Raider, where is it? Can I not... How does this work? Where the heck are the files? Oh, I can't do that, can I? is the good old games version. I cannot actually open this like that. Right. I need the old disc version of this. Or I need to one main installed that decompiles the thing, so I can show you. Well, anyway, I'm not going to spend half an hour on this. But I think the way they fixed this is that they extended the trigger here, so when you exit this room, you necessarily have to go here and you do reset the thing. And in final, you could just go here. There was no trigger, so as long as you did not go here, you were fine. And you could do this room, pass here without hitting any of the triggers, jump here, open the next room, and it would already be collapsed because at no point did you hit one of the triggers to reset the flip map. Something like this, I think. Any other fun place where you have something like that? Trying to think. There's probably other places I'm not thinking of. But yeah, there is one place in Tomb Raider 2, which I've already shown as well. In one of the Tomb Raider 2 prototypes, let me open this on this one. In one of the Tomb Raider 2 prototypes, no, this one is completely different. A falling block is actually a mechanic. As in, it's actually something that's coded in. So when the hammer falls, it does make a block fall. There's no flip map here. There's no different state of the room. It's the same state of the room. It's not a flip map. The block actually falls from the ceiling, which is something they reuse in Tomb Raider 2 Floating Islands. When you have the block that falls into the lava, so you can access one of the switches. Tomb Raider 2 prototype. I had the levels open somewhere, didn't I? Or I didn't extract them. Oh well. Yeah, I'm not going to bother too hard with this. But there was another flip map shenanigans that they wanted to do on the deck in Tomb Raider 2 that they decided to scrap completely for the final version because it was a flip map hell, and they decided, okay, that's not worth the trouble. What level was it? The deck here. What they wanted to do here with this propeller in the deck is when you go in the underground tunnel here, you actually had a push block here that you were going to pull, just like the column in Midas, and that was going to make this propeller fall into a hole, and you were going to go through here. That was flip map shenanigans. Problem is, the water in this room is also a flip map. And so you have flip map reset triggers when you leave the room here, which means that every time you went in there, pushed the block, and went back out, it just got reset as you left the room. So yeah, that was a soft lock, immediate soft locked. So it just reset, it put the propeller back up, and you were completely stuck. And I had to do the speedrunner's tract of jumping here in order to actually be able to explore this level properly in the prototype version. Very interesting that they tried to do that, and yeah, bit of a shame that they had to do it differently. If someone decides to do a Tomb Raider 2 TRE, it would be nice if they could restore that, because that was a very interesting change. I'm not even sure what they bothered to reset anything here, because there's no other flip map in the rest of the level. Any other fun places where you have flip map shenanigans like this? Trying to think. But when you go, but I'm going to show you what happens when you go into Tomb Raider 4. And Tomb Raider 5 is the same. And one of the classic area where you have a flip map is Set Tombs. This level here. So same deal, this room, which is supposed to rotate, it's obviously a flip map. And they do the impression of rotating because they could, in Tomb Raider 4, you can also rotate the camera. So they just make the camera rotate, right? What happens here is instead of one global flip map, you have this thing that Tomb Raider TRView calls alternate groups. And so instead of having one check, you have as many checks as you want. I mean, there's probably a limit, but you can do one check for each of the rooms, and so you don't have that problem at all. And so this one is alternate group 2, where you have both rotated and unrotated versions of the room. And so you don't have to worry at all about side effects of the flip map shenanigans. This simplifies game design so much. Reduces the chance of fucking things up. This is also a flip map. Everything that involves water level is a flip map. So this is flip map 1, where you got the blood filling the sides here. And the statue actually falling down a bit because you cannot move it before this actually goes down. So you can then move the statue. Anyway, enough of this for today. More of this next Saturday. So that's on my Saturday slot. More XCOM on my Sunday, sorry. More of this next Sunday, and Tomb Raider XCOM on my Saturday slot. Yeah, this opens up, this simplifies the level design quite a bit. Got to imagine as well a cistern in Tomb Raider 1, which has all the get the water up and down. This is also one global flip map, which is good for this case in cistern, because when you raise the water up, you want to raise the water in all the rooms. So it's fine that it's a single flip map. So that simplifies things on this side. But yeah, that's one use case where if you want to do different flip maps in different parts of the level, suddenly you have to... And if you can backtrack, that's the important part, because if you can't backtrack, you don't care. You just do your part in the first flip map, and then you just do a reset at the end of it, and see if you can't go back, you don't care. But yeah. So yeah, more of this next Sunday. XCOM 2 next Saturday, as usual, regular slots. Thanks everyone for watching. And yeah, if you want to play those prototypes, the website is called Hidden Palace. You can go in there. There's a bunch of games. It's not just Tomb Raider. There's a bunch of old PlayStation era games for all the consoles as well, for Saturn and all that. And they host a bunch of different prototypes. Most of the time, those prototypes are either things they give to the producer in order to show them the advancement, or things they give in advance to journalists so they can start writing the walkthrough and the articles in advance. Even if not everything is ready, they can start writing the articles on what the game is going to look like. So that's why those prototypes exist, and why we have those prototypes, because they're actually, those are things that were given outside of the studio at some point. And some people involved kept those discs and decided to upload them to the internet at some point. So that's very nice. So yeah, have a nice one. See you next time. Take care.